Hello, and welcome to Library of Ruina Storytime Part 6. There, I called it what you wanted me to call it. Woo! Welcome back, or if this is your first time viewing, thank you for coming. Really quickly, I want to run through some notes about this stream, which I have in this convenient text file right here. I'm going to start reading from it. These are some notes about the stream. This isn't a blind playthrough, it's not a speed run, a challenge run, nor is it a walkthrough. Consider this stream to be a story mode focused on the participants voice acting the various characters for funsies. For convenience and ease of viewing, I am using the NoGrind mod, which causes you to get functionally infinite copies of any book that you obtain legitimately in combat. I don't recommend using this if you do a first playthrough, as repeating some battles is part of the intended experience, but I've played through this game a few times, so we're throwing this on just so it's easier to watch and easier to navigate. We don't have any other mods in use. Though the hosts, myself and co-host Skern, hi Skern.
I exist.
We've completed Ruina several times. Please avoid spoilers in chat, as not every participant in this call, nor all the people who are in chat, have finished the game. So you can make some references and jokes, just kind of keep it vague enough that it won't give anything away. We'll know what you're talking about. This game does include several trigger warnings, such as self-harm, suicide, mental distress, violence against children, toxic relationships, religious trauma, and basically every genre of horror that you can imagine. So if any of these things would trigger you or are uncomfortable for you, feel free to skip this stream. We won't be offended. I promise your mental health is important, and you should put yourself first.
I will throw this out here for trigger warnings. There's a high chance this episode will be doing some body horror. Yay!
Body horror! Woo! So we have several people in this call. I will introduce myself first. Hi, I am Puma. I use he, him pronouns. I am the person playing the game, and I will be primarily voice acting Roland. Skern, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm the voice that's been pitching in every now and then. I am Skern. I am gender fluid. He or her is both fine by me. I don't really care. I'll primarily be Angela, but also just anyone who is necessary. There's so many characters in this game. Saying I'm just Angela is unfair.
And we're joined by our friend Volka. Hi, Volka.
Hi, hello.
Tell us something interesting about yourself. Just something random.
Interesting. I've been playing Horizon Forbidden West, and that's great.
Ooh, what do you like about it?
I like the combat a lot. I like you get to shoot arrows at mechanical robot dinosaurs and animals, big mecha beasts. It's pretty wild, a lot of fun.
With that in mind, later we're going to have to voice you or force you to voice someone from our corp. What do you think, Skern?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We will.
Is that the pirate faction?
No.
Arr.
I wish. That would be so much better. No, they're all animal themed.
Oh, okay.
Volka, they are Brunos, but military.
Oh, okay. I mean, Bruno's already halfway to being military.
We will have another friend joining us a little bit later, but she's not here yet. So we are going to finish up a battle that I horribly lost to last time. And by horribly lost, I mean triumphantly succeeded, but we're just going back for a victory lap.
Yeah, of course. We have already done the Melkit realization, so this is going to be very funny. There's no dialogue after this fight, by the way, so we can just kind of talk about whatever for a while.
Oh, Mira is getting murked by the Index.
Well, the Index is me.
They also all roll really high on initiative.
Index is mean. Anyway, get to emotion level high enough and just throw ego cards at them.
Sounds good.
You know, those things that you probably should have this early. I do like Malkit's theme.
Me too, it's jazzy.
I'm sorry to bring a joke that's only for us. It isn't everything in Ruina.
Jail.
I refuse. No, it's just because whenever you're first playing Ruina and you get to around this point, you're mostly going to be using Malkit for a while, right?
Ah, Mira's alive! I'm so proud of you, Mira.
I'm sure Mira's proud of Mira. More accurately, Mira's like, yeah, I know I'm awesome.
Yeah, there's a sadistic part of me that when we do Wild Frost the tabletop game, hopes Mega will play Navali.
I don't think she will. She has other ideas.
I don't think she will either.
I think she's more interested in playing someone like Elephas. See her play Mira, though. She's been very interested in playing that. Her main character's mother.
No idea what that's like.
Yeah, you've never played a family member of one of your characters. It's fine.
Estelle is way cooler than Snow.
Yeah, and she's doomed to die in every timeline. Oh, just because you mentioned the Wild Frost game you intend to run in the future. I did decide on a name for the character I pitched to you.
Ooh, what's the name?
Aura.
Aura.
And nothing bad will happen to her. But I mostly tell you this, so if you ever just need a character, there you go.
Excellent. I'm sure everything will be okay, and also she's fine.
Sure. You don't know me very well if you think I ever make a character who's fine. I really should just make a character who has nothing wrong with them at some point. It'll be a twist.
Oh, Malka! I'm so proud of you.
She doesn't want to do this fight again.
I figured I'd make Karuto Bamboo Hat Kim.
That makes sense. I'm sure he'd approve.
Anyway, we have eco pages.
I was about to say, so anyway, they die now, right? What do you mean we're using mass attacks before anyone else has a chance to deal with mass attacks?
Sucks to suck. Truly, this is the only way to defeat the Index. Magical powers!
The power of overpowered emotions and anime super bullshit.
Oh, my emotions are so powerful right now.
Poor Index.
The Index sucks.
You're right, they're not the middle. The middle are the best.
I love the middle. My hair coupons! Ah!
I mean, who doesn't want super-powered magical tattoos and to be obsessed with coupon?
I think it's just a really good wuxia trope. Like,
It is, absolutely.
yeah, it's such a great setup. I really like that scene. We've talked about it before. But, like, reinforcing that Mercy is okay, actually?
Mm-hmm. So we're not going to go into too much detail because it's spoilers for a completely different game. But, yes, we really like the middle.
I love the middle. They're my favorite.
So anyway, C Association?
She Association. Do we have Mega? No, we don't.
Oh, we do be doing something else if Mega wasn't here.
Yes, okay. Let's do She Association. I will pass you a link, Volka. You too, Skern, if you'd like one.
Oh, you think I don't already have it open?
I assumed you already had it open.
Adorable.
We have three characters. Valentine and Tenma, who are fixers in the She Association, and Yujin. She is their director.
I'll be Eugen.
I'll be whoever you want me to be.
Oh, I'm making you pick.
Making me pick.
Yeah, Valentine or Tenma.
I picked him.
Cool. All right. Let's get started. Director, how could this even be considered tolerable?
Suppress your feelings and remind yourself money, fame, and power rule over this world.
He may be a color, but that does not excuse the severity of a fixer who doesn't even belong to our association setting us all up. He's doing it so blatantly, too.
So what? Are you going to betray the association, kill branch manager Thelma, and then kill the Blue Reverberation for our freedom? I don't see a way out of this. I heard even the smiling faces are involved.
This is rotten to the core. Director, what has become of the core values of the She? The very identity of our association.
If you want to overthrow the system, have patience. And sharpen your strength. There is nothing we can do in our current state.
The director is right. We can't do anything about it right now.
Damn it. He's leaving us with all these dangerous requests, knowing that we're fatigued.
Director Eugen will rise to become the president of She one day. We'll be able to shake up this corrupted system once that time comes.
We are Section 2. Our role is simply to take care of the task given to us.
Director, we've been dealing with Urban Nightmare class cases for 10 consecutive days. Taking out the Patriarch of the Naraku clan, the retrieval of Oblivion ingots, the destruction of the Fragment from Beyond, demolishing the Thin Beef Skirt factory, and eliminating the captain of the Steel Comrades just yesterday. We had to resolve all these requests in the last 10 days, even without a break. We normally shouldn't be handling more than one such case per week.
Most fixers of the Southern Branch's Section 2 have already died. And none of those who survived are in good enough condition to proceed with another request, including us. We're on the brink of a breakdown, both physically and mentally. You've seen how Section 3 and its associate offices got wiped out in a wave of unreasonable requests, and the same is happening to us now.
And most of all, your condition is looking worse than any of us, Director Eugen. You stood at the front and fought more vehemently than anyone to keep others from getting hurt.
Broken parts can be mended and wounds can be sewn up.
Your injuries are simply too severe to be healed up in a day or two, Director. Everyone in Section 2 has suffered damage that would take much longer than a few days to recover, in fact, unless we had K-Corp singularity or something.
You worry too much. We'll handle the library request just like any other request we've done so far.
Director Eugen, even if we were to handle this job successfully, they'll still hand us yet more absurd cases.
Valentin has a point. You might have to receive endless requests until Section 2 is annihilated and you are killed, Director.
I do have plans. In the end, the root of this matter lies with the Blue Reverberation. We aren't heading to the library simply to obey our superiors' orders. Our objective is to retrieve the books of the musicians of Bremen. They're what we need to uncover the Blue Reverberation's plots. I'm sorry, the chest wound.
Director, you're so exhausted.
What do you mean?
I received a tip-off that the person who appeared to be the leader of the syndicate named the Musicians of Bremen spoke with the Blue Reverberation some time ago.
I have snacks. Sorry, Director. I'm very hungry. We've been working non-stop for 10 days.
That is understandable, honestly. You should share.
It's some Takis. Here, you can have some. I'm all done. Are you suggesting that the books of the musicians could contain information about the Blue Reverberation?
We will at least be able to find out what he's conspiring.
And the reason you sent Full Stop Office to assassinate the Church of Gears was also...
I understand your intention, but acquiring that information isn't going to be the end of it. What exactly are you planning to do?
I will take my own measures once this request is done.
Can we actually trust this, Director? Can you promise us that you aren't going to harm yourself for the sake of Section 2?
You've always been so self-sacrificing, Director.
You can count on me. I know my own life matters. We can't turn the tide if we're dead. Gather up the ones who can still move and fight. We don't want to bring anyone who will only prove to be a burden there.
Understood. She's still honest to a fault.
Are you really sure you're just a small, no-name fixer? Even I can tell that your connections are simply too broad and deep for a mediocre fixer at this point.
To answer your question, yes, I'm only a grade 9 fixer. That's after I fell to rock bottom in a turn of events, though. I used to be a common fixer, really.
Is that so? What grade were you before then?
Would you believe me if I said I was a kick-ass grade 1 fixer?
It's honestly hard to believe. But if you say so.
Wow, that was a lot less distrust than I expected. Anyway, I was just an ordinary fixer who mostly collected intel. That's why I got so many connections. I can only put up a decent fight now thanks to the new body you gave me and the library's powers.
You said trust is important in this business, right? Is it okay to see an acquaintance of yours die like that?
It's unfortunate to see him struggle, yeah. Here's the thing, though. We only saw things from their perspective. You think they're free from the blame of killing some other people who struggled for life and fought for change?
I suppose not.
That's how it is. Someone they killed must have been in circumstances as unfortunate as theirs. Well, unless they weren't. Point is, there's no way for everyone to be equally happy. It's a matter of perspective.
So they opt to simply do their work without ever trying to know each other. To get to know each other, I suppose is the correct words.
Everyone has their own stories. But we can't give up ours for the sake of someone else's, like what we're doing. That's that, and this is this. We've done all the first aid we could give.
Director.
Focus on the work for now. We'll take care of what we can first. Greetings, dear guests. Greetings. I am Eugen, Director of She Association Section 2. She doesn't say association, but don't worry about it. Introduce yourselves, everyone.
Huh? But...
When someone greets us, it's only polite for us to greet them back, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I am Tenma, Associate Fixer in Section 2 of the She.
Valentine, Associate Fixer in Section 2 of the She.
I am Angela, the Director and Librarian of my role's namesake. I came here through the invitation to acquire the books that are said to be here. Then may you find your books in this place, dear guests.
The She Association start at 75% hit points because they are so tired.
Poor babies.
I've been working for 10 days straight.
If they didn't, they would have more hit points than anyone in our group by a significant margin.
It's like they'd actually be really good if they weren't exhausted.
Alright, we get to use 2 floors, there's 2 acts. Even though they're relatively minor overall, I really like the She Association.
Oh yeah, same. I also do kind of enjoy what they did with them in Limbus Company.
Yeah, same.
That's a different game. We won't talk about that too much.
I hope that Eugen gets off her special attack for Volka's sake. I just still want to win.
I mean, you got your ego pages. I'm gonna be real shocked if you lose this.
Sayori, Bloodborne armor suits you.
I agree. Anyway, since we're in the middle of battle, Mega, why don't you introduce yourself?
I am Mega. She, her.
What a great introduction. Thank you, Mega.
Mega, tell us something interesting about yourself, a random fact.
I'm a terrible sewer.
Oh, that I believe.
I have sewed, I think maybe 3 costumes in my life. And I only was able to have them be presentable because my friends are really good at sewing.
Ah, yes, the I have good friends method of cosplaying.
Yes.
I would judge you, but that is my method.
Welcome, Mega.
Thank you.
We're beating up the She Association.
Nice.
We're about to kill Heathcliff's worst ID.
Oh.
Poor Heathcliff.
He's got some great ones. She Association is not among them.
You don't mean that getting basically as good as every other entity at 25% health is a good mechanic? Anyway, that's quite literally all you've missed. We have beaten up the index, but there's no text there, and then we did the She Association.
Nice.
They're tired.
They're sleepy.
I've been learning how to try to make a headband.
What are you gonna
Cosplay?
cosplay?
Yeah, for my cosplay.
We're on stream. You might actually want to say what you're cosplaying, even though we
Oh! I'm cosplaying Ruina from ZZZ.
Whoa!
Mhm.
Tell us about Rena.
She's a ghost. She's
Is
an aide.
she?
She's ghost-like.
That's more accurate.
She's ghost-like. She floats. She is super adorable. She has 2 floaty bangoos. I don't remember their names.
I remember one is Drusilla. I don't remember the other's name.
She is the head maid for oh my gosh. I can't remember their names off the like all of a sudden. It's like
Victorian housekeeping.
Victorian housekeeping, thank you. I was like Alexandria, and I'm like, no, that's her name. She's the head maid.
And now we have to stop you because we have to read.
Okay, that's fair.
No, we are going to Act 2.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
you may
those-
continue.
Those are his underlings. Oh, before you continue, take a look at Eugen, who starts at 25% hit points and has a maximum of 348. She is so out of our league if she were not
Okay.
exhausted.
We would be screwed.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do actually love her page. It just takes a while to make her work.
Yeah. She is really, really good, even through Star of the City. IMO.
Yeah, but I think you need to play a healing deck for her, which there are some. I love the discard deck on her.
Yeah, I love throwing her on Netzok or late game Hokma.
Same.
Okay, that was all.
I remember her other Bangbu. It's
What's his name?
Anastella.
Ah, yes. They're adorable and they talk a lot and are very mean.
Yes. She's just she's really cute though. She's a very I don't know if the word motherly is a good way to describe her, but she's just very
That's
gentle.
the way I use it. Matronly is also a good phrase.
mm-hmm. She's just very gentle, and she always has a very sweet smile on her face, except when she is scary and she still smiles.
I mean, I know you don't actually have her, so do you remember what her line is when she ults?
I don't.
Be a dear and die now.
I love her. She's so she's just so cute and so good. If I had time, I would have done Caesar instead. But Reno was easier.
So instead of being a sexy ghost mage, you would have been a Mad Max muscle woman.
Yes. In other words, the love of my life.
Yeah, this makes sense.
Okay, I don't strictly need this ego page to win, but I'm gonna do it fast.
Are you saying it's a little unfair that we're using superpowers against these people?
Yeah, she's
Do
about to
it.
use Boundary of Death.
Boundary of Death is... Listen. Let her Boundary of Death and then kill her.
Yeah, you know what? You get to live another turn, you.
Boundary of Death is a cool move. A move that I never want to use because it's actually not very good in my opinion.
So the sad thing... No, she didn't roll 4. She rolled 3. Alright, now she dies. So Boundary of Death rolls 1 to 4. And if it rolls a 4, it gains 45 power. It becomes a 50. Because all her dice get +1.
Basically, you have a 50-50 shot between 3 and 50.
Ego pages are so busted that I'm just going to put in auto battle for everyone else.
Fair.
Goodbye. Wait, that comes later.
That's not till you get Gabora.
Yeah, your favorite boy, Mega. Hello?
Oh, I hate that. I hate him.
I love
Yeah.
you.
Goodbye.
Honestly, I'd rather deal with most other A-lifts.
Oh, can you give an example of another A-lift that you'd like to deal with?
Silent Orchestra. Silent Orchestra, the millions of legs one. I think it's Blue Star. I'd rather deal with Blue Star. I'd rather deal with,
I would way rather deal with nothing there than Blue Star. Hate Blue Star.
Blue Star was, like, not terrible for me to fight against. Only when he broke out often. Or when they broke out often.
Dialogue time.
That was a memorable guest. She was different in many ways, but still left a similar impression like a fixer I used to know.
You have a fixer you used to know?
No. Have you heard of Callie?
Callie?
She was nicknamed the Red Mist.
Oh, of course I do. She was the most distinct fixer, even among the colors. How did you know her? She used to do all the cool stuff and then suddenly disappeared.
Let's just say that she was a former colleague of mine.
Red Mist was powerful. Really, that's the only way to put it. Powerful. And she only took requests for others, not herself. I thought, man, it surely is true that you can do whatever you want when you're that strong. Who's Gabura?
Okay, Mega,
Yeah?
do you want to be a strong woman?
It's my dream.
Do you want to be Gabura?
I could be Gabura. One day I will be a strong woman.
Let me go get you the script, because I don't think you have it open.
I do not. All right, I am getting it open.
And the second link is straight to the one that you'd have to read.
Okay.
The Floor of Language. And its librarian is...
1 second, let me get there. Also, one thing I noticed about this website that has all of the lines and like where you can like click on and see the scripts. If you hover over the serifs, they're different colors.
They are, yep.
I just thought that was a nice little touch.
They do a lot of nice little touches, I agree.
Alright. Okay. I have to think of a Gabura voice.
I didn't just put you on the spot just because I thought you'd love to be her.
While you're thinking
It's
of a voice.
Gabura.
Oh, you got it? Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Sheesh, this place stinks of cigarette smoke. We've got a heavy drinker down below and now a heavy smoker up above.
Gotta smoke all I want now that I have a body that never gets sick. You must be Roland, Angela's helping hand.
Yep. You know a lot for someone who just woke up.
Not sure if that really counts as sleep. I was forced to watch everything going on in the library so far in my dream, so I don't feel all that refreshed.
Well, that means you basically know what's up.
You're a fixer, eh?
Uh-huh. Just a grade 9, though.
Don't you pull my leg. What are you here for? Angela may have been naive enough to buy your lies, but you aren't fooling me.
What are you talking about? Have we met before?
You see, I have some experience as a fixer in my first life. I can get a rough estimate of a fixer just from their looks. And you are definitely more than clumsy grade 9. Did you make a scene and get demoted or something?
Things happened out there. I'm not lying about being a grade 9 fixer. I swear on my grandma.
I don't know what you're plotting to pull off, but you better stay in your lane as long as I'm here.
Some big boss you are. I wasn't plotting anything in the first place.
Doesn't hurt to keep an eye on a fixer who made a big enough mess to demote it to the bottom, unless you're just a fraud. That's enough talking for now. You get me the books, and I'll figure out the other language.
Hey, what makes you think you're so much better than me? What was your grade?
The red mist.
The red mist? What the hell?
And now we don't touch her for a while, honestly.
Beautiful redhead. I love her.
I love Gabura.
Yeah, that's a heck of an entrance. Just shows up and blows cigarette smoke in Roland's face.
Yeah. And then puts him in his place. Okay. We've got a couple...
Puppets?
Yeah, we could do puppets. Do you remember the Warp Trains Mega?
Who's ready for some body horror?
Yay!
Me.
Alright, this is mostly a monologue. We've got Jahan, we've got Elena, and more Jahan.
Eileen.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember.
No, you're right, it is Elena. Never mind, you're good.
Oh, you were Jahan, weren't you, Volka?
Was I? No, I was Tommy, I think.
You were Jahan, Puma.
I was Elena.
Oh,
Was I Jaehong? I don't.
I know I definitely wasn't.
Okay,
I
well,
was Mary, I think.
someone has to do a monologue.
Oh my
A
gosh.
villain monologue. Volka, do you want to give us a villain monologue?
I'm not a very good villain, but sure.
You don't have to be a good villain to do a good villain monologue.
I will do my best. My best may not be very good, but I will do my best.
Which episode is this again?
Yeah, hook me up with the script.
The Puppeteer. It is under Urban A Nightmare. Number 3.
Since Jahan and Elena are the only people who speak in this scene, do you want to take over Elena, Mega, or Skern?
I can do Elena.
I have to say, we do have Roland and Angela still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do Elena.
Okay, and then later I'll make weird noises. You know why, Skern.
I do know why. I wasn't going to say it.
All right. This is the continuation of the warp train story.
Choo-choo. Why, hello there, passengers in first-class seats. It takes twice the monthly wage of an average person in the nest to afford a seat in this carriage, I hear. That means someone in the back streets would have to work hard for at least a year to pay for it. I've always had some pressing questions about warp trains. For example, what is the point of first-class seats when the trip supposedly only lasts 10 seconds? I guess it's worth the expense, after all. You can sleep without a care in the world. All the while, the passengers in the carriages behind us are defenseless against the maddening tide of time, trying to overcome it through the pain of tearing their own flesh or the comfort of conjoining with one another. I've always wondered what kind of outstanding technology singularities could be to transport people to any platform in only 10 seconds, no matter how far it is. And now I get the gist of it after seeing how this train's been going for about 2,000 years. Me? How am I staying sane, you ask? Well, it's all thanks to my fellow members of the ensemble. That hothead Elena and I've actually been here for only a week or so. Pluto says our consciousness can be preserved in stasis and unfrozen only when needed or whatever. He says it's magic and all, and well, I've got no choice but to trust him. He's my coworker now, all things considered. In any case, I pity the fools taking this train. Thousands of years of pain and suffering, and it's all long gone from their memories when they arrive. They return to their ordinary lives like nothing ever happened after a status restoration procedure. Isn't that right? Wow, warp trains are awesome. It's kind of expensive, but I can get anywhere in such a short time. Wow, it's a wonderful world. We can go anywhere in the blink of an eye. Uttering such remarks, they'll blend back into city life, completely forgetting about the hellscape that took place on this train. The memories of trying to slaughter their own friends and families as all bonds were blurred over time, having lost themselves long ago. And all of that is conveniently erased from their heads. It's astonishing how singularities are so uniformly appalling. And yet, you rich folks are scared of even that, so you doze off in your safe space for those thousands of years. You must have heard a word of advice from some acquaintance of yours, That you'd be much better off taking the first-class seats? Or some of you are already aware of the truth behind warp trains, perhaps? That'd be ironic in its own right. You decided to take this train, knowing what would happen. In case a certain foolhardy individual or two still believing that this train is broken or malfunctional, it's not defective. This train is operating as intended. You get the hint now, don't you? Strolling around in a completely different time-space axis for some 1,000 years, and when it comes back to reality, ta-da! It's 10 seconds later. Taking long roundabouts through time, reduced to 10 seconds in real life. Sounds like a perfect ride for people who are in a hurry, doesn't it? What is your real life, though? The one you were living for some few decades, or the one you've been trapped in for thousands of years? If you lost your memories and returned to your ordinary life, would it be a blessing or a curse? Who cares, really? Moving on. My biggest question was this. This box with T Corp's logo on it, so shamelessly and ridiculously and nonchalantly on board. I was wondering what this thing was doing plugged into the train. But I could roughly guess why after a bit of tinkering.
What are you doing, quietly muttering lectures to yourself?
You're coarse with words as usual. I'm speaking to the couple of voyeurs who are probably watching us speak, of course.
Oh, right. That was the plan. Being stuck in this train for a week really did take a toll on my focus.
Your acting was excellent. Were you an aspiring actress in the past?
Maybe? Anyway, just carry on with what you're doing.
How cold. And it seems this disguise Pluto gave me has almost expired now. Shall we get started, wealthy fellows?
This is still you.
Wait, this is still me?
Yeah.
Yep. The puppeteer is Jahan.
Wow, cool. Spoilers.
Nope, not a
Yep.
spoiler. Literally just happened.
Spoiler to me. I have no hard feelings for the somewhat average commoners back there, but you lot make me upset if I'm being honest. The way you try to squirm your way into comfort with money like the maggots you are agitates me beyond reason. Life sure is bizarre, isn't it? You spent your hard-earned cash for a first-class ticket to keep yourself safe and sound from the torture of time. But now you're about to suffer something entirely else. You unfortunately run into the likes of us and meet a terrible fate, just because you've taken first-class seats. Yeah, right. Who knows? One of you might have been a piss-poor sod who just so happened to win a ticket, That's what makes choices so mysterious and profound. I personally think there's no such thing as choice in our lives. Someone's playing tricks on all of us, mischievously and sneakily. Staging an endless puppet show, attaching invisible strings to us. Now, shall we get started? It's time for a little puppetry.
So that's the puppeteer, huh?
It's as if he were speaking directly to us.
If he's part of the Blue Reverbs gang, maybe he knows something about us.
Could the Blue Reverberation be focusing on the library then?
Possibly. I don't know what he's looking for, but it certainly ain't gonna be normal.
What else could he be after, other than the books we have?
The question would be, what kind of books they really want?
Anyway, Warp Corp is going to be in big trouble if the disappearance of every passenger in the first-class carriage gets known by others.
For sure. W Corp might get involved with us at this rate. Was this part of the Blue Reverb's plan?
It would be intriguing if that were the case.
Oh, I bet your enthusiasm will turn into disdain real quick when you actually meet that cuckoo.
Uh-oh, he was making the sounds. It's just Discord's eating him up. Guests who cannot speak. Still, you've managed to come to the library through the invitation. That means you must have some sort of consciousness, no? Even though you are puppets controlled by the strings above you. I have no idea what you may be saying. If you want to get the books as your puppeteer so wishes, you can go through that door.
No, may you find your books in this place?
She doesn't like them.
I mean, they look kind of disturbing.
Don't blame her.
Wow, there's more tutorials. So this is a long fight, so we've got plenty of time to chat.
Yep. So anyway, the puppeteer decided, let's just throw every first-class citizen at us at the same time. So I think you have to kill like 15 people, memory serves.
Yep. Get great cards from it, though.
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, some of these are good up until endgame. Man, this would be so much more difficult if you didn't have ego pages already. I'm looking forward to the beginning of every act being, so anyway, they all die immediately.
Bamboo Hat Kim is so strong.
Yep.
But unfortunately,
Anyway.
so are puppets.
I know it's sometimes hard to focus while you're reading, so I'm just going to repeat the line, working as intended for anyone who missed it, for the warp train.
Yeah.
Pretty, that's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to fuck, it's pretty fucked. But then again, thinking about it, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like one of those things of like, wow, yeah.
Wow,
Oh, that's horrible. That sounds like something they do.
Yeah.
man-made horrors beyond my comprehension.
Why do they do this? Profit. Yeah, that makes sense.
I can't tell if Elephas would actually really like this world or not.
He'd like it until he didn't.
Yeah. I feel like he likes it until it starts affecting him.
Exactly, he likes it until he didn't.
This place isn't fun anymore.
And I do have to be clear on some projects and stuff, as I think it is important to understand. Well, yes, many of these horrors are things that happen to people on a daily basis. We're just at like a catalyst. These horrors don't happen to everyone constantly.
In this
most
city,
people
probably never see this shit.
And most people who take a warp train would never know this is what happens to them.
Yeah. And as they said, they just go about life like normally after. It kind of like makes me think of that whole like theory about if you cloned yourself, like, or not cloned yourself, if you teleported, who's to say if it's actually you there or if it's just an exact copy with your exact memories on the other side.
And what's the difference?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry, plenty of horror games have explored that one very thoroughly.
A complete different side note, but I know I'm saying I'm struggling right now with this sewing stuff that I am attempting to do. Can I actually say what the hardest cosplay that I've ever done was?
Sure.
I have to look up her name again because I don't remember her name, but I went as the pink ogre girl from Slime.
Okay, I know who you're talking about at the very least. I'll help you look up her name. Just to confirm, the one that is constantly holding the slime under her boobs.
No, the pink one, not the purple.
Ah, right, got it.
The purple one is Shion. I remember Shion. I think, hold on. Suna. Shuna? Shuna.
Yes, okay.
Shuna. Mm-hmm. I made that outfit, and it was a lot. I think the hardest part about it was the pants. The pants were a monster.
I imagine. The pain of cosplaying. The things we do for art.
I would say the second hardest outfit that I've ever made is I made Malfina's outfit from Outlaw Star. The circular outfit, I don't know what it actually is, but I made that one too, and that one was also pretty difficult because it was it put a lot of pressure on my machine because I had to sew through multiple layers of fabric.
Makes sense.
And the easiest costume I've ever done was Carrot from One Piece. Easiest. Not Sulon Carrot. Regular Carrot.
So I assume you're still looking forward to being a sexy maid.
Oh, absolutely. It's just trying to do the... So I'm working on Rina's headband right now, and the thing I'm struggling with is getting the fabric to pleat the way that her headband does. Because it has like those ruffles at the top. And so...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like, I have the base done, but the problem is it's like, I might have to either make a new one with the base that I have and make it longer, or I have to make, I'll just, like, make one, and then I'll just add more on the side.
Yeah, I think the second one's probably easier to do.
Yeah.
Oh no, I like the music again. Anyway, since we're talking about ZZZ, I highly recommend the new Agent story. I think you'd really like it too, Mega.
Yes,
I have
I'm
very
excited.
personal reasons for liking it, but I really like it.
I have been trying my best to get through ZZZ right now. I am somewhat taking a break from the mainline story, since I'm almost done with the Section 6 stuff. And I completely forgot that the trust things existed, so I've been doing the trust.
Makes sense. I will say, if you want to do the new Agent story, it's a prequel to the entire story, so you're not going to get any spoilers.
Okay. I'm currently doing Lighter's trust story right now. It's really funny. That man is such a goober. I also got a peek into Sokaku's as well, and that
really
was
fun.
it's really funny, except
Until it isn't?
Until it isn't. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like ha ha ha, wow, and then when it gets serious, it's like, oh,
The oh no at the end.
oh no. Mm-hmm.
Oh, the thing that if you watch the shorts you'd already know about Nagi. Yes.
Yeah.
That suddenly makes Sukaku become an incredibly tragic figure.
Yes. But I love her.
These poor puppets.
We're helping them.
I feel like this is a mercy.
You're helping them by throwing thorns into their bodies?
It's a mercy.
Your definition of mercy is very different from mine.
I mean, my definition of mercy is getting these people not to be puppets anymore.
I feel like there's better ways to do it.
Probably. But I don't think Mira cares.
You're right. Stop being puppets, become books. Totally
Yeah.
better.
It's not even become book. It's stop being puppets. Here's my fist.
Yeah, but they become books, so you know.
That's just a bonus.
Probably makes Angela happy.
Honestly, low-key, I think it'd be hilarious if Mira had just never interacts with Angela. She just punches people. That's it.
I mean, I don't think
Fucks off.
any of the assistants ever interact with Angela, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're very bad assistants, in which case they might get teleported.
We did it.
Nice.
Hurrah! Epilogue is open.
Those puppets were conscious somehow, right?
They appeared so. We could resolve books from them too. Although they didn't have control over their bodies, they still seemed to carry minds of their own. And they had to witness their own bodies being tugged along by strings, while their senses and feelings were intact.
Does that mean...
Yes, the puppeteer is a distortion. And those puppets were its byproducts. I've seen several abnormalities that could create underlings for themselves, so I can understand this to be a similar case.
Poor folks, working their asses off only to be treated like dolls.
I could understand their feelings as well. After all, I used to be a puppet myself.
Can those puppets be freed, though?
Killing the puppeteer may free them from their attached strings, but they would remain ragged dolls. I must wonder if they still want to live in that form.
Yeah, fair enough. Knew it couldn't be that simple. Oh yeah, we're unlocking more floors.
Chesed, right?
Yeah, who wants to be Hesed?
Who is this person?
Friendly social coffee bro?
Yeah, that's probably
Okay.
accurate. Yeah.
I love him.
Do you love him enough to be him?
I don't think I mean, I could. I don't think I do him justice, but I could.
Hey, do you think any of us can do him justice? I say go for it if you want to.
Okay.
The person who does actually want to be Chesed is not currently here, so it's totally fine.
All right, sure. I'll put on my best bro voice.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
The floor of social sciences. The patron librarian's Hesed. Is this the smell of coffee?
Hey, Roland. Here, why don't you take a comfy seat and drink some coffee?
Oh, hi, Hesed. I'm a bit flattered by your hospitality.
Gotta show some solidarity with a fellow librarian now.
All right. Guess I'll try my first cup in a while. Is this really coffee? You sure it's not spoiled?
That's odd. Made sure to brew high-quality Kenya BB. Maybe I haven't quite mastered the art of reconstructing material within the library yet.
Why don't you try it yourself?
If you'll excuse me. It's a perfectly fine cup of fragrant coffee, though.
But it's way too bitter. Are you sure this thing is coffee?
This blend is known for being acidic, to be fair.
What? Isn't coffee just supposed to be a stuffy, bitter drink you can put sugar in?
Say, Roland, are you from the back streets?
Oh, well, kind of. Yeah.
I knew it. You gave me the exact same reaction Callie made back when I brewed coffee for her.
Wait, who's Kali?
It's Gabura. Ever heard of the Red Mist?
Boy, it's kind of funny to imagine that the legendary Red Mist made the same expression as mine from drinking some coffee.
Her face was priceless, alright?
You're talking about your first life, right?
Yep. Back when we were at a laboratory in the outskirts.
I guess things were cheery back then.
The mood was upbeat for a while. It was just a shabby laboratory situation in the corner of the outskirts. But for me, it was cozier than any luxurious place within the city could be.
And then tragedy suddenly befalls?
I wouldn't say it was sudden. It slowly seeped in, rather.
I can get that. I sometimes think that maybe the tragic event that struck me didn't come out of nowhere after all. I was already getting drenched in it. It was doomed to happen from the beginning.
I never really said things went wrong from the start, though.
Just talking about my experience. Anyways, the coffee didn't really suit my taste, but I appreciate it. Let's give this work our best shot.
I bet. We still have plenty of time, so let's talk things out at our leisure. Kali's now fond of coffee after trying it for some time, so I'm sure I can eventually come to I'm sure you can eventually come to enjoy it, Roland.
Well, here's hoping. All right, I do want to get our fourth Keter person.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to believe me, but I think Keter with 4 people and no ego pages can be on par with Malkut with ego pages.
No, I fully agree. Art of Aspiration's broken.
Sibra hates this outfit so much. Alright, enter the Book of Pinocchio.
I'm gonna give a bad news for this scene that happens after this. Hey Megan, are you sure you want to be tested and Gabura?
Probably not.
Cool. To be on this scene at the same time.
Oh, okay.
I do always remember Ketter's boss fights being tricky.
Dang it, I almost got to claim their bones.
Moving real good. So do they even have bones?
You're lying, Pinocchio.
What are you going to do about it?
Call him out.
What do you think that's going to do?
Completely shatter his self-image. Send him spiraling into a social media crash out that results in him self-deleting everything.
Ah, so you're going to cancel Pinocchio.
Yeah. And now he's debuffed because I called him out. He's so upset. The YouTuber apology video is in the works.
And it's just going to cause an additional spiral as people call out the apology.
Yeah.
Truly, Roland, this is the most evil you could possibly do to a person.
Roland vibrates.
Also, it is 100% the people on this floor would actually do.
Rosswind and Zebra, yeah. Zebra hands Rosswind a manuscript that is the timestamps of all of Pinocchio's lies in the apology video.
Mm-hmm. Make sure to create a counter video directly to call out the lies of his apology video.
I'm going to disguise myself as one of his victims.
No need. I just got the actual victims' numbers.
There's a sign hanging up in the Keter office that says "Gaslight Geek Keep Girlbot."
Anyway, Volka, would you like to be Hesed for this scene so Megan doesn't have to argue against herself?
Yes, I
Against
can.
myself.
I can help.
Hold on a second, let me pull up the
It is Keter episode 2.
episode 2. Alright, I'm ready.
Gather them all, Angela. Mr. Coffee Addict, Miss Smoking Addict, and the kid addicted to sharp-tonguedness.
Why, you Why, you arranged a meeting for us folks who accepted your proposal?
Make no mistake, Angela. We aren't on your side. We only share a common goal.
Unlike that beanpole in black who's totally sucking up to her.
I'm just an employee doing my best to work, and now you're calling me a beanpole.
Woohoo.
Common goal. Yes, that is what I ask of you. As long as we share the same purpose, you'll have to be on my side, like it or not. Both you and I are blind. Both you and I are blind for the light.
And you're still chained to the past.
That's funny. Do you think you're free from your past? Have you forgotten already, Chesed? The days you spent succumbed to fear.
Oh no, how can I forget? I still remember it clearly, you know. The shame of giving in to the anguish that will haunt me as long as I live. But I don't want to forget those memories. Decided to embrace them instead. So did everyone else here.
He's right. I don't believe that I failed to protect anything. I could save the life of someone who inherited her will.
Enoch's sacrifice wasn't in vain either. That's what I believe.
Pray tell, miss, who's really chained to the past here?
The past you speak of are so light and insignificant.
Sure, if that's what you think. You only care about the feelings and agony you bear.
Are you trying to call me selfish? No! Just like how you can't understand our pain, we can't understand yours. Especially if you've never experienced the same thing yourself. Others can't just walk a mile in your shoes. No one will get you if you don't speak up. Don't you try to lecture me after all this time.
Off she goes.
That was way too harsh, guys. Did you really have to be so hard on her?
It's not because we hate her. We're saying this for Angela's sake.
It's hard to take a step forward if there's no one around to give you honest advice.
Hear, hear. Tippereth and I tell Gabura so many things for her own good, too.
Chesed? Run, Chesed!
Well then, if you'll excuse me, it wasn't a very pleasant meeting, but I'll say it was a meaningful one since all of us got together for once. Well, she's about to blow up. See you around, Roland.
Are those two always like that?
Yeah, he does that every day knowing she'll get mad at him.
Boy, that's brutal. Guess I'll have to expect the middle floors to be a war zone. And you're acting as the mediator between those two?
Who knows what kind of mess this place would be if I didn't stop them. But still, they actually care for each other, so don't think too badly of them.
Yeah. Looks like not killing him outright is as good as her care gets.
My two are fighting.
So the reason that Keter is so busted once you get Pinocchio is this. At the start of the scene, shuffle all pages into the draw pile and draw 4 pages. This is incredibly good.
Sounds like it.
It means that you can have a deck that doesn't even care about card draw, which changes things a lot, yeah.
Oh.
Additionally, Keter has Heart of Aspiration, which I still think is just one of the strongest ego pages.
Yeah. I'll put it this way. Mega, we were doing fantastic superpowers with Malkut and ego pages. Mm-hmm. I genuinely think that right now, Keter's power level is equivalent to Malkut's power level.
Pretty spicy.
It takes a little more setup, but oh, it's so good.
I was about to say, I agree with you with a caveat. The caveat is you need to know what you're doing.
That's fair.
You do not for Malkits. Malkit is go burr.
Malkut go burr. Okay. We've got the circus coming up. Which
W train. W train.
Do we want to do W train too?
W train. I was going to say, actually, perhaps we take a 5-minute break, rest your voices, grab a snack. But then I was going to save W train when we get back.
Okay. In W Corp, we've got 3 characters: Rose, Sen, and Lesty. Rose.
Oh? Rose here?
Rose is here. Rose is the leader.
I think I just got typecast, so okay. Someone else wants to do my Rose voice.
Yeah, just look at the script while we're on break if you'd like to, and we'll figure out what to do there. I'm going to put us on break. 1 second.
Fine with me.
I can be nice to chat.
We're back. I'm just putting together some pages.
Because someone wants to use Keter.
Sure do.
Instead of just winning with Melkith and being boring and just slamming things with big attacks. You want to actually have to think about the decks you're making.
Yeah, it's more fun that way. For me, at least.
I just want to go burr.
And we play deck builders, it makes sense. We should still play more deck builders.
Of course. I still unapologetically love Tonto.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Dominion with maids. There's no reason not to like it.
And butlers.
Maids came first, and you know that's true.
No, I know I do. I played it for the maids, and then I stayed for both.
Listen,
Okay.
I'm glad they did the butler version, but it was maids first.
Yes. I really like the mechanics that they added with that that one. Because basically being like sorry.
Yep, we're going to cut you off in W Core. We did not discuss who was being who, did we?
No. Do you have time for one more scene before dinner, Volka?
Yes, I can do one.
Okay, yeah, that's partially why I'm ushering us along. I apologize, Mega, but I
No,
know that
go for
Volka
it.
has a time constraint.
For it.
We've got Rose, Sen, and Lesty. Rose is the leader. That's pretty much it.
I will take the announcements again, by the way. Anyone have a preference?
Particularly.
Am I about to be typecast because I have a character named Rose?
I have to be.
All right, who wants to be professional? Who wants to be milquetoast? And who wants to be a brat?
Oh boy.
Is the brat Lesty?
Yes.
Sure, I haven't played a brat yet.
Okay, Mega's Lesty.
I can do a mean milk toast.
All right, you're Sen.
Puma, I'd like to volunteer to be Rose.
You want to be Rose, you said?
No, I want you to be Rose.
Okay, I'll be Rose. I'm not putting on your Rose voice.
No, absolutely not. It just does not work. I was reading through this like, oh, I don't think I could pull this off.
All right, I'm getting ready to channel my inner Otis. Let's go.
Okay. The train has arrived. It will be available at the terminal in 10 minutes.
Quick, let's get moving. Let's see what kind of mess it got into this time.
I really hope it's anything like the last time. All the passengers were sitting still in their seats, clasping their hands together.
You said that's extremely uncommon occurrence, though, right?
Yep, they usually do arts and crafts with each other's organs and shit. You've probably seen the educational footage, but you better be prepared, noob. I don't think I'll ever want to take a warp train in my life.
Even if they let you forget all about it?
No thanks. Knowing what happens absolutely kills the deal for me.
Hey, we're all ready. It's time to start the cleanup. Open up! Fresh meat, just follow the manual. Remember the procedures.
This one's pretty typical.
Ew, the stench is so strong, even with my mask on. It feels like physically stinging to my nose.
Hello? You're still alive, right?
The The flesh is spreading thin in an attempt to maximize the surface area. The subject is determined to feel as much pain as possible. This one would be classified as suicidal.
Ooh, you're pretty good, aren't you? A lot of newbies can't help but puke or faint on their first field job, even with the help of educational footage.
'Cause she's from District 23.
Can't say I've seen worse, but I'm used to seeing this level of grotesque things.
Now. Cleanup agents, identify the genomes in your designated carriages and place the passengers back in their seats.
Gross. Look at that mushy eye still rolling around. I can never get used to this. I wonder how long I'll be doing this work.
You said cleanup agents go through a memory eraser process to get their retirement funds when they quit, right?
You seriously buy that crap? You should know something's up, especially since you're from the back streets.
You mean that's a lie?
They'd probably drag you to some dark room and kill you without anyone knowing. Oops, don't tell anyone I said this. My employee review results weren't too good this time around. You know I was just kidding, right?
Maybe I'll consider keeping quiet if you buy me dinner. How about some gotchan Jianzhou? Joel? I apologize. I probably butchered
We're not
that.
Korean, it's okay.
Gapchong Jungle.
Gapchan Chyogo.
Closer. I have to do a lot of Korean words for my voice acting stuff.
Opchong? You eat beef tripe? Rose, I'm starting to get scared of this newbie.
Is that true?
Gotta do some work. Sort out the genomes, and I gotta put them on the right seats. Correct?
Yep. Just put them on their seats and they'll be restored good as new.
Sen, Lesty, stop your work immediately. We're going back to the office.
What?
Passengers have gone missing?
Hey, keep it down. We don't want anyone else to hear that, dig.
This room is in a maximum security anyway.
It's not just any passengers. The ones in first class seats have disappeared. The higher ups are gonna have a headache over this too.
First-class passengers disappearing is already a significant risk, but we've also lost some time. The time quota wasn't fulfilled.
Warp Corp has never had a single incident ever since it became a wing, hasn't it? Gee, I wonder what went wrong now.
The engineers are investigating it for now. Take a look at this first.
Oh, this must be the camera that only records important moments based on emotional flux of people nearby. I saw it in the educational footage.
Oh, what's up with that? Did people merge into one at some point?
Those guys look like doctors. They're stitching bodies together so precisely.
I pity the cleanup agents who will have to tear them apart.
That entity possessed extreme physical strength. 16 of our agents were killed by that thing alone.
Love Town. They made a town for themselves too, huh?
That doctorish duo must have been the anchor of the town. The townsfolk are all crying since they've been gone.
How did they get off the train, though?
Check this out. It's footage of the first-class carriage.
Who the hell are... Do you know who I am? Brat, do you? I'm the board member of U-Corp. Who sent you? Who's behind this?
Who could it be, I wonder? Must be the invisible strings that are doing all this.
He's stitching the flesh of living people and putting strings in them.
The heck is that guy? Got any contact from Hana Association? Is that a syndicate or what?
That seems to be the one called the Puppeteer. Looks like he has quite a reputation in the backstreets.
What's his grade?
Urban nightmare. But he just laid his hands on VIPs, so he'll be exalted to a star of the city in no time. And here, the one next to him is Blood Red Knight. She's a former star of the city that was shot down some time ago.
Wait, is it possible for a star to come back after being shot down?
Hell if I know. Why did they have to take the train we're in charge of and do all that?
Most importantly, check this part out. The first-class passengers, no, puppets, as designated by Hana Association. You can see those puppets sign a piece of paper here, yeah?
Oh, they really are. They're writing their names on gorgeous-looking pieces of paper.
And they just disappeared? Whoa, what? Ain't that a real teleportation?
Sorry.
This is the very same kind of paper they signed off on. Oh, sorry.
Are you actually gonna...
Rose, please give us a break.
We're signing this paper as well. This is the so-called invitation from an urban nightmare dubbed the library.
Struggled and worked like a dog in District 23, and I barely made it into this wing.
It's the orders from up top. No choice but to follow him. We'll bring a few other cleanup agents with us to the library.
Dude, what if we refuse this order?
Then we're fired.
Ah!
So it really wasn't a malfunction. Those crooks at W Corp. They knew everything. Ah, damn it! I took warp trains a couple of times before.
Don't you remember anything that happened inside?
Nope, not at all. All I can remember is admiring the marvels of modern technology after getting off the train. And look those employees. And look, those employees, following manuals, making jokes about it, taking care of flesh chunks so casually.
The Corp was no different. Still, it's rather intriguing to see another wing's mortifying secrets with my own eyes. I see that everyone is the same after all, doing detestable things simply because it's their work. They can be apathetic about it because it's the suffering inflicted on others is none of their business.
It's gonna be sick if we made a book out of this. Imagine if this knowledge leaks into the world. I bet no one will ever want to use W Corp's trains anymore, yeah? Which would make W Corp that much more desperate to retrieve it.
I'd welcome that. I can learn even more about them that way.
Up front as always, our Miss Library Director.
And I take pride in that.
Real?
Sorry, I was muted. Yep, they made a whole ass kingdom on the train one time. Appointed each other as kings, knights, nobles, and whatever. Town is nothing compared to that. Treason and schemes were rampant, the kingdom fell into decline, and loyal knights made valiant efforts to save their failing country.
Wow. What happened next?
Greetings, dear guests.
Enough chit-chats, agents. Hey there. Have the puppets been here recently?
You mean the puppets made from the W Corp's first-class passengers, correct?
How much do you know, lady?
They have, of course, and you may retrieve their books so that no one else would learn of the incident. If you fail, however, other guests may obtain the books that hold the secrets of the warp trains.
W Corp would be totally screwed then.
We're going in right now.
May you find your book in this place.
Alright, I'm gonna beat up some W Corp agents.
Get him.
Legitimately, I do like their card.
Rip to those W Corp agents. I would have just said I'm gonna just take being fired.
Yeah, you know that that's a euphemism for death, right?
Oh, never mind. Then, fuck, I guess I'm dying either way.
Besides, no one escapes the library well enough to know how fucked they are.
Puppet pages are so crazy that I clashed with Overcharge and won half the time.
Jesus.
Overcharge is a card that's so strong that you have to skip your next turn.
Yeah, so the fact that you took very little damage from Overcharge means they are screwed. Mind you, the main purpose of Overcharge is to give them immediately 10 charge, and that's just, it's a new mechanic, basically. A new mechanic you don't really have to worry about until you start fighting ArcCorp, to be honest. Yeah, there's a couple of good W Corp charge cards. So, do you think they're about to have a very bad time?
Yeah.
It's a good way to sum up the game.
Watch these people have a very bad time.
Yeah.
Rosalind, you're crazy!
You decide to set him a puppet, so he'll be the best puppet. Also, I think Bina has infected my soul. Tea is delicious. Sorry, Chesed, I agree with everyone that you've been trying to feed coffee to. It's disgusting. You monsters.
I love both.
And I feel like I'm a true heathen since I'm the only one here not from Seattle.
I don't know if Keter is high enough to get the Keter 3 track, but I hope so.
It is not. They needed one more. You can do it before the end game, but it's the next chapter that has to unlock first.
Dang. It's a great track.
It is a great track.
Now I think I've gotten to that point in my coffee loving life where I prefer like more local places for my coffee than I do like super big corporate coffee places.
Oh, I mean, I do think super big corporate coffee places are fairly disgusting.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if Sepra can Boundary of Death. No!
There's a reason I never use that.
All right, so who are we supercharging? We're supercharging Roland.
Yeah, let Roland be Roland.
You know, an ordinary grade 9 fixer.
Kabura calls bullshit.
What does she know?
A lot.
I love Roland rolling a 15 on a 6.
I mean, truly, that's what we should play D&D with. Anyway, I rolled a D6. I got 15. Oh.
Anyway, I've got 2 turns to beat them up.
Doesn't her respiration reset?
No.
Oh, fair enough. You got this. I mean, as long as Roland can take at least one of them with him, it's worth it.
Yeah. All right, Roland, good luck.
I don't think he needs luck. I think he needs a new heart.
Yeah, he's about to have a heart attack.
So what do you think they're going to think when the person who's been punching them the hardest just suddenly falls down dead?
I'm not sure.
Guys, we might have a chance.
Goodbye, Roland.
Guys, we might have a chance.
Seeper now has... No! It's the song!
Oh, you're right. Never mind. I thought it was one more chapter that... There you go. Welcome to Keter 3. Or as I sometimes put it, the You're Already Dead song. I'm sure Roland is dancing in book form at the moment.
Seeper's mad.
No, he just hears the music. He knows he has to finish this up.
Maybe that's mad.
Oh man, the Rando Warp Corporation cleanup agent has 1 HP and...
I mean, there is something very funny about Random Warp Corp agent is the last survivor.
Die. Hi, Roland.
Game face on. If this book does become available to the public, W Corp might face closure like Bombi Corp did. Though, it would collapse. It would collapse in an entirely different way.
I know this is an odd time to ask, but about the plan that took place in Lobotomy Corporation, the one that made you go through countless repeats. Was L-Corp's disintegration part of it too?
In a way, the finale of that plan was to share the enlightenment. Excuse me, I'm just so bored of repeating this. The enlightenment gained from the cycle with the people of the city sacrificing L-Corp as a whole.
L-Corp's insane suicide plan succeeded somehow. Huh.
No, the plan failed spectacularly, actually. I ruined it.
What? But didn't the White Nights and Dark Days happen as a result of it?
I never said the plan was a success, no did I. I only said it was over.
What do you exactly mean by ruining it?
Remember what I said about my creator? How he birthed me on a whim and renounced me when I didn't meet his arbitrary expectations. Sabotage was my modest little revenge on him for imprisoning me in the millionaire cycle of reciting the same script over and over underground, and a small gift for myself. I couldn't bear to see his plan succeed with my own 2 eyes.
That means the distortion might not have happened if the plan went through.
Perhaps. There's no need for me to care so much about others in the city, no?
You're right about that.
Feel like we're trying to do foreshadowing there. Weird.
I put my serious voice on. All right.
I gotta jump.
Thanks for coming. I hope you had a good time. It was great to see you.
Enjoy your nom.
Thank you. Have fun, chat.
All right. We have a few things in the chamber. There's Tiferet and Gabura scenes. Yesod realization is also here.
Whatever you want to do, oh great creator. Don't know why I called you creator. Person playing the game.
Mega, do you want to have a big scene?
I actually have food.
Okay.
So no, she does not.
I haven't eaten, like, all day.
We could do a Tiferet battle. Yeah, do you want to do Queen of Hatred?
Well, I was about to say, we could do Tiferets or we could do Yesods, because I'm the one voice acting Yesod.
You're also Angela.
And?
Alright, well, let me gear up.
Are you planning to make Mega do Yesod while I do Angela?
No. I didn't know what we were going to do.
but this way, for your realization, Mega will have plenty of time to eat slowly.
Thank you.
Well, I gotta beat up Funeral of Dead Butterflies first.
Oh my goodness. Honestly, I found it funny, like, whenever Funeral of Dead Butterflies would escape in Lobotomy Corp, because it literally was just like, alright, he escaped, and then he just get fucking nuked.
He can be a little bit annoying if your people are under level.
That's fair.
Because he has huge AoEs. He also escapes so often.
Yeah, he did escape a lot.
That
For
being
me, I
said, you just put someone with ALF equipment on whatever floor he's on and basically have them camp out right outside.
Yeah. I still say that the monk was the most annoying for me. It'd just be literally every time you break out, it'd be like, again? It's been the 5th time, dude!
And when it's someone else who's played Zombie Corp, you can really feel Angela like, oh, and other people are doing horrible things. Whatever.
Yeah.
Should have seen what we did with Zombie Corp. Pretty terrible, honestly. I mean, we watched people turn into slime, get sucked into a black hole, randomly explode.
You know, the thing is, as like, yeah, as terrible as like the stuff with Lobotomy Corp, not gonna lie, I'm like more horrified about W Corp.
That's fair.
That isn't to say that Lobotomy didn't do like, you know, that they were like, you know, easy going in comparison. That's still fucked. But like W Corp, it's like, ooh, this is a special kind of fucked up.
Well, the Bobby Corp felt like at least they had more of a reason for this.
Mm-hmm.
We now know that's not as true as we originally thought, but still had reason as you were playing the game. But, you know, W Corp definitely has the feeling of, you did what? Why?
Yeah.
And the answer for profit is not really a good excuse here. At least L Corp wanted to save everybody. These poor butterflies, what do they do to you?
They dinged at me.
You know what, that's fair.
Boy, that sound.
Memories, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna drink a lot of tea really quick because I think I'm probably gonna hurt my voice with what I'm about to have to do.
We need a 5th Yasode. Or sorry, a 4th other person. A 5th person overall.
5th person on Yasode, yes, I know what you're talking. Mega, you got any characters?
Any characters?
For Yasode?
For Yasode?
Yeah.
Do I? Because Yasod's like very like technical, right?
Yes, scientifically minded.
Scientifically minded.
Focused on the rational ways of life, but using it as an excuse because he just doesn't want to face the darkness within.
I guess the closest I can think I've only played him in a one-shot, but I do have a character named Clovis who's kind of like that. But that's really all I can think of.
There you go, you got Clovis.
What does Clovis look like?
He is a let's see, medium length blonde hair, glasses, and his hair is blonde, kind of like curly-ish, like hair. Yeah, that's a good one. He is very like, he's very serious, and I believe if I remember correctly, his eyes were purple. That's a good, yeah, I like that one.
Ta-da!
I don't remember how I justified that he had glasses in a fantasy D&D game, but I did.
That's okay.
You don't have to think too hard about that. Glasses were around for a lot longer than you might think.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Additionally, you know what else is not realistic in D&D fantasy?
Huh.
Basically anything. If you actually look at medieval history, most of the things in D&D are very anachronistic.
I'm ordering food really quickly.
I would judge both of you, but remember I'm 2 hours ahead of you. Thus, I ate before stream. But you are making me hungry. But I can eat after stream, it's fine.
I'm trying to think of like the closest character I can think of to like Clovis's personality, and I feel like Leo from Fire Emblem is probably the closest to it.
Yeah, but Puma didn't play any of the Fire Emblem.
That's fair.
Oh, let me go get the script up. The time has come for this floors as well. Yasod, what is the progress of the compilation of the city's technologies? We've managed to gather a sizable amount of information on the city's technological aspects.
You're probably the best at dealing with books and info among all the librarians, Yasod.
Am I? I will say I have been fond of managing various types of information for a long time.
Ah, yes. Keeping stuff neat and tidy. Something I'm absolutely terrible at.
Aren't you proud of yourself?
Well, that's that. Anyway, let's hear what you think about those technologies.
Like the horrible events that took place in the warp train, I cannot view all aspects of technology people use in a positive light. We've seen that W Corp places people in the nigh eternal trip of torment and later erases their memories through a restoration procedure, hiding the truth behind their convenient service. The technologies of the city only focus on creating definite results, ignoring the process. The same can be said of the library. Thus, I concluded additional analysis of the library and its powers we are using. A pointless affair. The library's interior can change according to one's perception. In other words, one's mental state is reflected on the physical space. I believe that is why various sceneries of the outside world can be recreated inside the library. Moreover, the library space expands as more books are accumulated. This evidently suggests that the library is bigger on the inside. Furthermore, the power of the books can be physically manifested in this place, and the invitation serves as a compass that leads you through a sea of letters to the book you wish to obtain, and a catalyst that amplifies emotions at the same time. I could go on and on about the technologies of the libraries.
Mm-hmm. I can tell they're amazing from what I just heard right now.
Naturally, these are the works of art I made with care. I cannot possibly fathom the interior workings of all these technologies. Their operation does not appear to be based on the application of multiple singularities either. The technologies of the library showed specific usage and limited efficiency for how advanced they are. This is where I came up with the hypothesis to explain all of this. That the library itself is a miniature universe where anything is possible as long as its objective is to expand the library. A small world of its own, with its own set of laws and principles. Am I correct in my speculation? Believe what you want about the library. Whatever the case, all we need is results. Isn't that right? No, I do not agree with that notion. Angela, there is no technology in this world that does not come at a corresponding price. Price? Since when did I tell you to idle your time away thinking about such things? Your work here is to study and categorize books and knowledge related to the city's technologies. It may be true that sorting books on the subject of technological sciences according to the rules is all I was ordered to do. However, if we bind ourselves to the principles given to us and fail to see beyond, that would be a contradiction in itself. Must be nice to be you, being able to break free from the rules.
Angela?
I received orders that couldn't understand nor refuse. Is it necessary to go this far to collect energy? Of course, I must follow your orders without a question. Sorry, I needed to clear my throat. Can't imagine why. Laundry Corporation, an energy company and wing supplying the city with the energy extracted from abnormalities, creatures originating from humans. Loop 0.
Help! Help me! Weird things are crawling all over my body!
Am I not allowed to help that person? But they seem to be in so much pain. I can't watch this anymore. Loop 29.
Please shut the door! They're coming! Please!
It's not too late for me to close off the corridor. I could save those employees if I did. But this is what I must do. The principles I must follow. Prioritize energy production over all else. Loop 287. Are humans nothing more than ingredients to you in this ever-repeating play? I thought you wanted to save humanity. Is it a price that must be paid? The price you ought to pay for a ticket to escape from hell. Loop 3217.
My arm! It's melting!
I can't help you. I'm sorry. All I can do is watch. Loop 18,231.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Please, hang on a little longer. You can make it. We've almost reached the enemy refinement quota. Loop 42,484.
A senior killed one of my colleagues yesterday. I'm scared I might end up killing another coworker today. It's all my fault.
Humans are such fragile creatures. They always make different faces, even in the same kinds of situations. Loop 71,527.
Kill me. I can't stand this hell anymore.
I was gonna take that for reasons, but it's fine. You were just another human, after all. This is all about plain and boring sight to me. Let's restart the stage then. Ahem. A new delusion created in order to reach the ideal. The fuel whose extraction is stimulated by intense emotions. A hell of perpetual suffering. The purgatory repeated by those who haven't reached enlightenment. A heaven where one can try again from the beginning. When the one perfect realization has been reached, the curtain falls on the stage. And the realization is then propagated to all the people. I am a mechanism behind the stage. All I need to do is coordinate the stage so that the play goes according to the script. Perhaps it was I who was paying the price, not them. So this is where all your oh-so-rational thoughts led you? If you were going to lecture me, you should have demonstrated it yourself first. You're still all standing before me because you were all bark and no bite. Price? Do you think paid that price? Do you really think it was you? Nonsense! It was me. I paid all the dues you should have.
We're in a bad spot, aren't we?
Yes, the library appears to be resonating with Angela's mental state.
She's shape-shifting like the last time, huh? That was a pain in the ass to deal with.
You're mostly right, though it will not be exactly the same as before.
Good point. Back then, she looked a little bit different from that there.
Let us prepare ourselves. She won't wait for us all day.
accurate number of times it takes to beat Lobotomy Corp. Average Lobotomy Corp experience.
Indeed. Anyway, I need to drink this tea very badly. Much better.
Yeah, when it got to 72,000, I was like, yep.
Accurate, yep. But I had the same experience when I first played this game. Like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Just threading my needle, hearing 72,000 run. Yep. Yep. I remember that.
Anyway, it drove Angela insane. Oh, wait, I need to do something very special for this voice in particular. 1 second. Bonk. Fortunately, I think this is the only librarian where I have to do this for. Oh wait, Tiff exists. God damn it. Bonk.
She didn't even get to clang. Not a single clang.
No clang.
Clangless.
Clangless.
Behavior.
I actually have slightly weaker cards than expected here. Let's see.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have bludgeoning on this floor, you're probably gonna be fine.
Puppets. It's Bruno! Here he is! I received orders I could never or could not understand nor refuse.
Please become energy, so I can end this loop.
I liked making Bruno. He's a little guy and he's got the little cat mouth. He's happy to be here. He's got a fencing sword.
I wish to end this loop. Please become energy. Honestly, the most Lobotomy Corporation line is, you just last a little bit longer, we almost have the energy. I have definitely had times in Lobotomy Corp where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get the energy. I know you're already out there. No, nothing's there. I just have to make sure you don't kill anyone until they finish getting the last bit of energy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really funny to, like, remember, like, the times where it's just, like, something had broken out and I just was like, finish day. And I'm like, how did they deal with that? Did they just, like, fucking send, like, Gabura after it or something? Like, Gabura, go take care of it.
I remember there's an answer. I don't remember what the answer is. I don't care.
Oh.
I have the answer. They utilize Kleepot deterrents, and the reason that they don't use it as much during the day is because they're trying to harvest the energy from the fear. They crank it all the way up at night, and it makes the abnormalities passive.
That's fucked. They could be using that all the time.
But then you wouldn't be harvesting their fear energy. This goes right back into the, remember the abnormalities don't even need to exist.
Yeah. They really could have just made, like, a happier abnormality or something.
Or not made an abnormality.
That's fair.
helping. Why won't you let me help?
Please rate me 5 stars.
Please rate me 5 stars.
That's what I said.
Corp.com.
I'll save you, Angela. I'll save you.
I'll save you, Angela. I'll save you.
Oh, it's cleaning time.
Please die. Anyway, as you're seeing all of her new outfits, you can see why I can tell you you're not allowed to look these up until we're done with the game.
Yeah.
But they make such good cosplay ideas.
Oh, there are some fun ones.
I want to be the bee.
Like, I'm personally very fond of this one.
It is pretty cute.
There are 2 that are my favorites that we haven't seen yet. How? I'm trying to do my duties. Why won't you let me do my duty?
The 6 bleed on everyone is nasty.
Yep. I mean, generally speaking, in my opinion, this realization could be screwed if she gets that attack off, and she did. Good luck, though. I believe in you. Please die. Also, round of applause for Roland being such a trooper and immediately getting the violin again. Uh-oh, I have been stunned. Look how cute I am now.
Oh my god, she has a sick guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Let me play you a song.
Let me play you the song of my people.
It's death.
I'm saving you, Angela! Ah!
Please stop.
But I need to be useful.
Yes, you understand this is quite literally the exact problem I went through, yes?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Please stop.
I can't because of empathy.
I will disconnect your empathy.
Joke's on you, I've already been disconnected from the hive mind. I got fired.
I feel like you don't understand how the library works, and I had to reconstruct you.
Do you have Balatro?
That's not shock.
Woo!
Right, game face. Please die.
Nope, not gonna happen. I'm rescuing you.
Your terms of rescuing are very annoying and painful. Do people forget that I feel pain now? I don't forget that.
I feel pain too. And you use the powers of the library to make us believe that we're not going to come back to life during each battle.
I definitely do not do that.
You do, it's canon. Roland says so. I remembered to bring Clasher cards. I remember this phase painfully.
Yeah.
Oh, oh! Get back.
We should probably be clear to anyone who has not played through this game. These are actually extremely difficult.
It looks difficult.
Get Boundary of Death to nerd.
Without proper preparation, these are basically impossible. Anyways, a good thing the music's so good, because, I don't know about you, Puma, but I've had to repeat these battles quite a bit.
Me too. Oh yeah, we all have 5 strength up, because we succeeded on every single clash.
Yep. It's the gimmick of this fight. Look how pretty I am.
Oh my goodness, she's so cute with her little butterflies.
I love Funeral of the Dead Angela. Angela of the Dead Butterflies?
Yeah, I got no puns for this. Dead Angela is the best one I got. Anyway, we all know that proper cosplay is making sure that you get the essence of someone and not necessarily the exact costume.
Yes.
That's why I'm a great cosplay of the Monarch of the Dead Butterfly. Now die. Listen, it's not as satisfying as the snap sound, but it's a pretty satisfying sound.
This paralysis is carrying me.
Yep. I feel cheated. You're making it so I can't move.
So I know I'm not supposed to take this,
You do want to win the fight, right?
but I do want to win the fight.
You're almost done with the fight. Are you sure you want to take the risk?
No, this is the safe one. It just means that we don't get to see what happens if she goes...
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I'm aware. My only pitch, I don't want you to take it, because most people haven't seen the way the fight's supposed to be. Cool. I will just briefly explain why that was a hard decision. The other decision would have instantly won the fight when we get to the final phase.
Oh.
Like, guaranteed one. However, that is not the way you're supposed to do the final phase. Also, Puma, you know how mass attacks work. You'll be fine. You have Dexter designed to be able to survive this, right?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
She got to ding.
She got to ding real hard. Might have to do this again anyway.
Don't let Angela ding.
Memory serves, if she gets a kill, it does it again, right?
Yeah.
Right, so I feel like I got a bit before I have to do the next part of this scene, so I'm gonna go grab a light snack myself. Good luck on murdering me!
Thank you.
Wait, hold on, I'll do that after this phase, for reasons.
Hi,
Hi, Angela. We're back for round 2.
I even made sure to revive you. Don't you feel better about yourself?
Yeah. You know, it's kind of interesting
Wait,
being
hold
a book.
on. I believe what I'm actually saying is.
Oh, right, you're restrained. I feel like this is supposed to be symbolic of something, but I'm not quite picking up what it is. Nope, don't get it. Mega, I'm breaking the fourth wall. Can you understand a thing she's saying?
0.
I'll save you.
Clang!
You got to do it.
Alright, I got my one good clang. I'll be right back. have cookie.
A cookie?
Cookie.
What kind?
Well, they're technically kolaches, but you know, sugar wrapped in cream cheese. Basically.
That sounds delicious.
It is.
I've always thought that oatmeal raisin was an underappreciated cookie.
It's one of my favorites. I know, we're monsters.
I know.
Every time I've said that, I have almost gotten tomatoes thrown at me.
But I stand by what I said.
Oh, I will get tomatoes thrown at me. I think chocolate chip is overrated.
Yeah.
Like, a good chocolate chip is a good chocolate chip.
Sure,
But
but a good chocolate chip, I would still almost prefer a regular chocolate cookie.
Ooh, I really like those brownie cookies.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Or a fudge cookie.
Yeah.
Or a caramel cookie, or even just a regular sugar cookie.
I fuck with sugar cookies.
Disgusting. I hope your fiance is well aware of this before any problems occur.
I love sugar cookies.
Well, that's not the exact phrasing you used.
oh,
Those, they usually put, like, some sort of, like, cutesy design on it. Sometimes it's, like, eggs or bunnies or during
Yeah,
Christmas
really good
time.
cookies, right?
Oh, I know those
I mean,
things
they're-
are probably terrible for you.
Oh yes, but they're just sugar cookies.
And they're
frosting.
delicious. Yeah. They're so soft. And just yummy.
Anyway, we're still heathens because we're not pimping the good old chocolate chip.
You know, one thing that I think I've never, like, I like it, but I've never been, like, that is where I gravitate towards if I have the choice between flavors, is I'm not that big into caramel unless it is with dark chocolate.
Oh, totally fair. So caramel in general has been. It depends on how much salt is in it. A good salted caramel makes all caramel good.
A sea salt caramel chocolate is,
Oh, that sounds delicious.
yeah, it's my favorite. So, Steka and I get these chocolates. They're dark sea salt chocolate, caramel filled chocolates, and they are the best. Like, I thankfully they are so sweet that I can only eat like maybe 2, but like it is one of my favorite chocolates.
Yeah, I feel like you're like me, who has a pretty big sweet tooth.
Yes.
unfortunately, I have a huge sweet tooth. I try to control myself.
I mean, I control myself by making my main snack foods fruit, basically. Which is a clever way to get around it.
Yes.
But for example, I always have clementines around because it's a really easy way to get my snacking.
Yes, fruit. I really like kiwi.
Ooh. An interesting choice, but I approve of it.
Like, if I was to be, I'd probably say my favorite fruits are mangoes and kiwis. I really like raspberries as well, but like if I could choose between the 3 of them, I would have kiwis.
Mangoes are also a really good choice, though.
Mangoes are great.
Peaches are really high up there for me.
Ooh, peaches are pretty good. I've always liked nectarines too.
Great choice as well. I've also grown much more fond of blackberries as of recently.
Mm-hmm. Blackberries are really good if you get them super fresh.
Yes. Like, it's very much, I'll put it in the most simple terms I can. Grocery store blackberries are terrible.
Yeah. If you can go to, like, a farm and get it, like, straight off the bush, fantastic.
And if you can't get it straight off the bush, recently enough is fun. Like, farmers markets blackberries are really good.
Yes. Honestly, something that was funny for me, like growing up, my family used to say that like they never had to worry about me, despite having like a sweet tooth. They never worried about me sneaking away with like sweets or something like that because I'd always go for carrots.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. My grandmother once told me that she has a very fond memory of during Thanksgiving when they had a bowl of carrots next to a bowl of cookies. The carrots disappeared.
I have sort of a similar funny story. When I was early teen / preteen, I remember going to a doctor, and the doctor like privately talking to my mother afterwards because the doctor was convinced I might be anorexic because I was that skinny.
Really?
And my mother's reaction, I will always remember this, was to burst out laughing, talking about how I had a milkshake on the way here. Now, my metabolism is weird. It digests way too quickly, and it has caused actual problems.
Mm-hmm.
I could not swim until I was in my early 20s because I literally didn't have enough fat content in me.
Interesting.
I wasn't able to float.
Interesting. Okay.
But the thing that's very funny is, was I eating really unhealthy foods? Oh god, yes! I love my fried food.
I love fried food. It tastes so good. Why is it so bad for you?
Because it's literally just oil and flour.
It's so good.
Hi, my food was here.
Welcome back.
What'd you get?
I was supposed to get a burrito and chips, but they didn't put the chips in.
No!
But at least there's a burrito.
There is a burrito.
Now, the more filling part of this. Burritos are a great food, by the way.
Yes. I feel like I was robbed for a long time of realizing just how good burritos were because the school that I used to go to served the most horrendous burritos I've ever had. So for years, I was just turned off to burritos because I assumed they all tasted the same.
Oh, I had a very similar thing there. Both tacos and burritos for most of my childhood. I believe I turned around when I was a teenager. I thought were always terrible because I've always had terrible one, the very fast food terrible ones.
Yeah.
And the moment I had a good one, I'm like, these are delicious.
Yeah.
These are amazing. And then I found out how easy they are just to make yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The other thing that I also didn't like really get into until I became an adult was with tomato soup. I
Good choice.
a good tomato soup with a nice grilled cheese is fantastic. Especially if you make like not just like a basic grilled cheese. If you like add a little bit more into the grilled cheese, it's like super good.
My favorite thing to add to grilled cheese is actually bacon.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yep. Don't recommend it in general since bacon is terrible for you in general. But it's one of the few things they actually cook with bacon.
I love bacon. I know it's terrible for you. I know it's so bad for you, but I can't help it.
Oh no, I'm realizing you can tell we're relatively old. We're talking about food being bad for us.
I also tried okra for the first time. Like,
oh, delicious.
it's so good! Oh my goodness! Talking about food, and I literally just ate, and I'm getting hungry again.
I know, I'm terrible.
I'll save you, Angela.
I'm saving you. Oh. I got the boundary of death damage while she was staggered. So I guess we win this phase.
Ow!
Luck.
Die!
Here
Look how pretty. This is one of my favorite outfits.
Oh!
Do you remember when we did the Persona-inspired one-shot and I was describing Six transforming?
Mm-hmm.
This is what she transformed
Magic
into.
Bullet.
Ooh.
This is Magic Bullet.
One of
here's
the
the
best
thing.
ones.
Here's the thing with Magic Bullet.
Uh-huh.
How do I put this delicately?
One shot, one kill.
If you could lock down one of her speed dice, this is a complete joke.
Oh.
If you don't do that, this is a very long and drawn-out fight. But it's really interesting. This is why Puma was looking at something like, should I take this?
We're doing it the full way. I didn't take the thing that would shorten the battle. Oh, the other thing, don't wail on her with all your cards. That's the other thing you have to learn.
Yeah.
You can't actually damage her. She only takes damage when she's staggered.
Correct. To put this into, if you actually are using us for strategy, which you should not, this is all about survival.
Mm. You know, with the murder theme going on in this, I feel like that's pretty that makes sense.
It's as if this entire phase is about regrets and feeling like a killer, feeling like she had no choice, and feeling nothing but intense feelings of guilt, and actively trying to stop herself from being a murderer anymore. Weird symbology.
Mega, the
Strange.
devil no longer followed her because her soul had sunk to hell from the very beginning. I want artwork of Estelle with this abnormality.
Be really good. Anyway, notice how she has one dice now?
Yeah.
Yasode has an ego card that's when you hit someone, you seal off 1 speed die.
Nice.
So it's just you instantly win.
So he's just the perfect counter.
Yeah.
Probably
But
on purpose.
we intentionally did not take this. Because it's far more interesting. Anyway, pew pew.
Goodbye, Bruno.
Did I do a good job?
Oh, good. The annoying one is dead.
Poor Bruno. He's a book.
Staring at the instant win vibe. I believe this is the realization also that really taught me to bring light generation and card draw.
I think we might get to see it.
I think you're right. You'll have to drive a bit more. Anyway, anytime Puma has made jokes about magic bullet and laser beams, you now know what he's referencing.
Nice.
Pew! Pew! Pew!
Mega, read what this card does.
Oh, I love this part.
Oh my goodness.
She kills herself.
Oh,
7th
dang.
bullet. This is why doing the lockdown the speed dice is so much less interesting.
I think that it's really easy to completely vilify Angela if you totally ignore her backstory and just take the way that she talks to other people and don't think any further into it, and then this happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is truly what she feels and believes. That's why she's turning into it. It's really sad. Phew. Sends a chill down my spine.
This isn't good. I can't do this every time. This is not good. Have you come to your senses now? Yes, I have. It's actually irritating to be this sober, rather.
Nothing's more annoying than all the memories of drinking and doing nasty stuff coming back to you in the morning.
I'm sure Angela needed a moment to vent out her feelings. Don't talk like you know everything, will you? You may have encased yourself in a compulsion of your own choice, but I couldn't even act according to my own will. I didn't intend to offend you. Going back to my point, you can make your own choices now, can you not, Angela? And we'd like to help you as much as you helped us by paying all the price in our stead. Choice? I don't have a choice even now. The goal I am compelled to reach is clear and apparent. I'm not doing this because I want to. This is simply what I must do. I am searching for the one book that will complete me in the library, because I'm obligated to. There is no such thing as what you simply must do. We live in a world where everything changes constantly. It is not necessarily rational or wise to blindly follow a goal determined in the past. To keep up with the rapid changes this world goes through, we must maintain discretion at all times. Yeah. What you're saying is all sensible. Though I must wonder if you truly understand the meaning of your own words.
Come on, don't be so prickly now. Yasota and the others did their best to help you, you know?
Fine. If gratitude is what you want, then I'll say it for you. I appreciate your help, everyone. Angela is changing, for certain. I'm sure you're playing a role in that as well.
Is she? She does seem to be more talkative than before, but I'm not really sure I like the way her personality is shaping out.
How about you, Roland? Are you experiencing any changes?
Me? Nah, I'm a bit too late for that. We did it!
You got
How
one.
many more
Well,
emotional breakdowns do I have to do?
I think at least a couple.
Judging from how the last two have gone.
I mean, how many floors can there possibly be? Looks at library. No.
So I'm really hungry.
I would say if we would like to stop here, that might be a good idea. My voice hurts. I can't imagine why.
I think here's a good spot.
Yeah, chat, thank you so much for coming and watching. I hope that you had a good time. And to my other participants, thank you for coming and voicing these characters.
Yeah, I'll do the next mental breakdown hopefully in 2 weeks, not next week.
I don't know about that.
Shut up.
Have a good night, chat.